Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, Edgewood Crusaders and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings, live right here from Breeze Stevens Field. A little change of venue here for the Vikings, not a traditional high school, but a outside venue. A beautiful outside venue here in downtown Madison, just blocks away from the Madison Capitol. And we have high school football here coming on Wisco Radio. Edgewood Crusaders coming in tonight 4-3-0. Mount Horeb Barneveld 7-0-0 as well. So Mount Horeb Barneveld looking to keep that undefeated season alive. Edgewood looking to add another win to that stat sheet, keep their playoff hopes alive here. As at a tough, it was a close battle against Stoughton last week for the Crusaders, 28-35, but came out strong over Lakeside Lutheran, 23-13 the prior week, and then edged over Portage as well, 21-14. So it's been up and down here for the Crusaders this past couple weeks, and it's been one of those weeks where I think Edgewood is going to look to come back, a rival of sorts here for these two schools. Haven't played a ton in football over the past few years, but with the Badger Conference realignment, Edgewood and Mount Horeb Barneveld looking to face off here tonight from Madison. Looking down the Edgewood side of things here before we get too far here into our first break. Looking down the Edgewood side of things, Crusaders led on the offense by number 5, the junior there, Gannon Bagstad. Gannon 63 of 125 on the season so far, 781, 226 of those yards coming on the ground, 8 touchdowns as well for him. His top receptions, his top targets, Maury, Myers, and Krantz. Maury leading that wide receiving touchdown stat line with 3 touchdowns on the air here for the team, 219 yards on the catch. And on the ground here, number 9, Cade Patterson, the senior, 5'10", 215. He leads that team, 370 yards on the rush there, 6 touchdowns. Number 2, Jack Holloran as well, 284 on the ground, 3 touchdowns as well for him. The senior, 5'6", weighing in at 171 for the Crusaders. And on the other side from Mount Horeb Barneveld, don't have to go through the schedule too much here. Lakeside Lutheran was their last game, the homecoming game. You saw some familiar faces up in that game here on Wisco Radio. 14-61, Mount Horeb Barneveld defeated Lakeside Lutheran as the Edgewood Crusaders hop back on the field here. Mount Horeb Barneveld over Sauk the prior week for the Vikings, 30-7. And then this common ground game, which is a little bit of a determining factor here for Mount Horeb Barneveld. And kind of how generally Mount Horeb Barneveld and Edgewood are going to match up is that Stoughton game, 54-0. Mount Horeb Barneveld crushing their Vikings counterparts here in the Badger Conference just a few weeks ago. This Vikings squad led by number 12, Brooks Hendrickson, 94 of 158, 1,200 yards on the ground, in the air, and on the ground combined, 16 touchdowns. His key targets in the air, Chris Keel, number 4, 621 yards for Chris Keel, 9 touchdowns. Absolute fantastic game there for Keel. Ashelman as well, 262 in the air, 5 touchdowns, making his mark. On the ground for the Vikings, you're talking about number 3, OP, Owen Primesberger, 722 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. That guy can shred a defense like nobody's business. We'll see how OP continues to play today. Chris Keel as well on the ground, 82 yards, has a couple touchdowns. Can't forget about our friend number 2, Jack Wilson, the junior, class of 2026. 82 yards, 4 touchdowns for him as well. So when we come back, we'll have Vikings and Crusaders right here on Wisco Radio.
Place to grow your savings. Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth Football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to Wisco Radio. 12 minutes on the clock here from Breeze Stevens Field. Mount Horeb Barneveld taking on the Edgewood Crusaders here from Madison, Wisconsin, just blocks away from the state capitol. Mount Horeb Barneveld here on to kick. Classic Wisco Radio fashion. Didn't quite get who won the toss, but we'll get that information from you. We'll be on your way. And here's the kickoff here from Breeze Stevens Field, and we're underway. Muff punt there from Edgewood into the end zone. And that will be touchbacks. How we start here from Madison, Wisconsin. This Viking squad led by head coach Brett St. Arnold. Edgewood on the other side led by Jesse Norris. They'll be starting out from the 20. One left, one right there of Bagstad. Edgewood here playing in the black and gold. Mount Horeb Barneveld in the nice crisp white and red. One on the carry there, one on the play, there for Edgewood. 2nd and 9. Bagstad, one behind. That's going to go to Patterson. Patterson gets a few there. It's going to be a little challenging tonight. The markers are here actually going to be on the near side, so we'll keep you updated as best we can. And, of course, Breese Stevens Field being a multi-purpose field, there are no numbers actually painted on the field either, so we'll try our best here to get official yardage, so might be tough. Once again, snap over to Patterson. Patterson doesn't get much up through the middle. Mount Horeb Barneveld fans pretty happy there, and that's going to be a first 3 and out here for Edgewood in this first quarter. Good stop there by Mount Horeb Barneveld defense, as they really have been all season. You know, we look at the Mount Horeb Barneveld offense, how powerful it is. You have Hendrickson, Keel, O.P., Ashelman, and what's oftentimes not said here from Mount Horeb Barneveld is that defense. Punt up and away there for Edgewood. It's going to take a nice Edgewood bounce, and that will be seated right at the Mount Horeb Barneveld 30-yard line. That's where they'll start. 10 minutes on the clock here. Mount Horeb Barneveld starting at their 30. 2 left, 2 right there. Looks like we have, get a number on it there. Primus Berger, OP there. Going up the middle, not getting too much. We'll call it a 3 there for Primus Berger. 2nd and 8 now. 3 to the right. 1 to the left there here for Primesberger. Shot out. It's going to find OP once again. He's going to get the first down and some. Primesberger on the swing pass there. 9:30 left to go here in the first. He'll get a first down. And now they're on the near side, so we get a nice, good look at him. Hendrickson. OP gonna go back over to Tyrus Hastings. Looked for OP for a second on the fake handoff over to Tyrus, and Tyrus will get no more than 3 there. But Tyrus had some good work last game. Saw some highlights from Tyrus as Mount Horeb Barneveld took on Lakeside Lutheran in that homecoming game. Snap. Keel coming over quick. Just going to hand it right up the middle there to OP. And OP will get another 2 on the carry, so it'll be 3rd and 5, 8:50. Clock is counting. Something new for this Vikings squad this year. They're going no huddle offense. Grabbing some signals from the far side. Or excuse me, near side here. Normally they're far side, but in this arrangement, Vikings is actually on our near side here where the press box is looking. Press box facing west. Mount Horeb driving north to south here in this first half. The first quarter, excuse me. Good find. That's going to be Colin Hagg on the route here on the near side. Colin Hagg grabs that first down from Hendrickson, and they move the sticks. Clock stops, 8:21. Hendrickson, number 12, the junior here, 6'3", 195 in the books. Again, he's coming in 94, 158 coming into this game. 1283 on the yardage column. He hands it right back off to OP. OP doesn't find much there. Give it maybe a 1 or 2. They'll call it 2 and keep the clock moving. 8:09 clock runs. That is something that we've seen about this Vikings offense. Maybe a little slower in that second quarter, but boy, are they fast. And head coach Brett St. Arnold knows how to utilize those timeouts to make that extend even further when time really matters. I think that's going to be a false start there. Mount Horeb Barneveld sure will. That's a 5-yard penalty. So they'll give themselves a little bit of a disadvantage. 2nd and 14 here. OP to the left. Looking, Hendrickson. Trying to find Hag again here near side. Can't quite do it. Hastings. I think they mean Hendrickson on that call. 7:39 left on the clock here. 2 left, 1 on the right. On the line, Hendrickson looking, and a flag comes far side. I think they're going to call false start on the line. I believe they do. Yeah, so second false start here this drive for this Vikings team. 3rd and, well, very long. We'll call it, for the sake of conversation, we'll call it 3rd and 20 here. Again, no numbers on the field, so bear with us here as we're just kind of roughly gauging where we are. But 3rd and 20. Hendrickson looking, has a blitz from Edgewood, finds Keel, has a gap, is going to take a great block there by the Vikings. Keel, 20, tackled. That's going to be, looks to be Ryland Port for the Edgewood Crusaders, stopping that Chris Keel run. If he didn't have him there, Chris Keel was going to the house. First down there, Vikings, 7:28 and counting. They move the sticks. 2 to the left, 1 on the right. Got OP and Keel in the shift. Looking OP straight through the middle. Looks up. They'll get a couple yards there, looks like. Primusberger. We'll get another, we'll call it 4 yards there for Primusberger. Mount Horeb Barneveld looking to strike first. As Keel, near side, tries to find another block. No good. Good tackle there by Edgewood Crusaders. So that's going to be ball. Well, let's see where they spot it again here. Third and 1 here. Vikings in the red zone. Red zone brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities. 6:30 and counting. Quick first quarter so far. About halfway done. Both teams only had 1 drive. Vikings looking to make the most of it here as they're in the Mount Horeb Utilities red zone. Ball's on the 11 of the Crusaders. Things slow down just a little bit here. Hendrickson looking. He's going to hand it just right off to OP. He's going to try to find a gap. Well, he's going to get the first down. So Vikings will get a fresh set. They'll get at least 4 more. That will be their last 4 here of the drive, as they've now within 10. 1st and 9 from the 9. They're going to do a quick shift, so 2nd and 8. Yep, that is correct. OP had that had the run there, so that will be 2nd and 8 here. Hendrickson looking, stepping back, has a little bit of pressure. Maybe late hit, finds in the corner. No good. Even got a number over there. That was good. Attempted for Chris Keel on the route there. Far side corner, no good. Keel, one of Hendrickson's favorite targets. Keel in the air, 621 yards this season so far. 9 touchdowns for Keel in the air. So Hendrickson and Keel have a little bit of chemistry, just trying to find something. And then, once again, there's Keel. Can he split a man? He can't. That's another thing Keel's known for, is finding those holes and slicing and dicing. So it's going to be Keel once again here. It'll be 4th and 4. Vikings will have an interesting conversation right now. Fourth and 4. Hendrickson looking over to the side here. And obviously the Vikings are going for it. 4th and 4. I think that's a smart choice. We do know Zach McGuire, that senior, does have a leg on him. But, hey, first drive, Vikings are going to going to try for it. Hendrickson going to slot it right in. That's going to be a touchdown. Owen Ashelman, the senior from Brooks Hendrickson. The first points on the board here for the Vikings. Ashelman with the 4-yard reception gets the Vikings on the board 6-0 in typical Mount Horeb Barneveld fashion. They're going to go for it. Right over to Jack Wilson, strains through the middle, and he's going to get it from Hendrickson, and another 2 points on the board for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Early lead here for the Vikings, 4:30 left to go in the first. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings right here on Wisco Radio.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Madison, Wisconsin. Bree Stevens Field here. Vikings coming up quick on that first drive, 8-0. They ended up with 14 plays there. Started from their 30. It was going to be a 70-yard touchdown there. And Edgewood's going to start in a slightly similar position here. Start out with a slower start to this second drive here. Flag on the play. Vikings offense in that first drive looking to fire pretty much on all cylinders there, whether it be in the air, on the ground. They're able to move the ball, get some forward progression, and obviously end up in the touchdown in the end zone there for their first touchdown. And in typical Mount Horeb Barneveld fashion, they go for 2, and that'll be where we start things here. So Gunnar Bagstad under center here for the Crusaders. We've seen 3 plays from the Crusaders. Bagstad over to Cade Patterson on the ground in that that first drive there. 3 and out there for the Crusaders. Mount Horeb Barneveld a little bit more successful. Hunter Malota under the side of their Bagstad. Bagstad's going to snap and keep it himself. And taken down by Wilson on the Viking side of things. So it's going to be another, looks to be 3rd and 10 looking at the math here. So Crusaders facing yet another 3 and out potentially here on their second drive of the game. 3:20 clock is running. And Mount Horeb Barneveld, that Mount Horeb Barneveld defense also firing on all cylinders, keeping things pretty quick and pretty under wraps here on the Edgewood offense side of things. Gunnar Bagstad, again, that junior Coming in at 6'1" on that stat sheet. Looking, trying to find something in the air. Not going to do anything. In and out of the hands of Charles. Was it number 8? Looks like it is 8 there. A.J. Charles. And it's going to be another 4th down. So Vikings defense keeps things under control as well. 4th and 8 for the Crusaders. They're going to need to punt it away. And the kick is off. Hastings just going to fair catch. Good call by Hastings. That's going to give the Vikings some pretty good field position here, starting at the 44 of the Crusaders. So 2:50 left to go here in the first. Hey, tonight's broadcast brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nortman and Associates, and by Kittleson Landscaping Incorporated. Hope you enjoy the game. Brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Hendrickson coming back on after a second 3 and out there for the Crusaders. And it's going to be flag on the play once again here. False start on the offense. That's going to be, I believe that's number 4 actually so far. So 2 drives so far for the Crusaders. For the Vikings. That's going to be their 2nd or 4th false start. There we go. 2 drives, 4 false starts. How about that? And something that when you talk to, Coach St. Arnold, you see, you have games like Watertown. You're still dropping 50 points, but a number of mental errors, and that's what they're going to be looking for. OP tries to find that gap. He's going to get taken down. But not after getting another first down here for the Vikings. Actually, not quite. I'll be just short, about 4 yards short. So call it 10 yards there for 11 yards there for OP. So Hendrickson dropping back. OP on the block looking. Hendrickson tries to find. We had Owen Ashelman wide open there through the center. And look, went right through his hands. Ashelman maybe wanting pass interference earlier in that route, but not going to get it either way. So 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. Clock is stopped 2:20. As I was saying before, though, you have games like Watertown, Mount Horeb Barneveld dropping at least 50 points, but a number of turnovers on the field, a number of penalties on the field as well. And yes, you're dropping 50 points. Coach Brett St. Arnold, after that game, says we need to clean that up. And 4 penalties, 4 false starts on 2 drives. Something that I think will be talked about at halftime. So is that number 5? Sure will be. Number 5, just as we were saying it. So another 5-yard penalty, and Vikings pretty much put themselves back 3rd and 10, pretty much where they got that ball on the kick. 3rd and 10 from the 43. They started at the 44. Made their way all the way up to the 34, it looks like, I think. Made their way all the way up there, and now here we are. 3rd and 9. Hendrickson has some time looking. Unloads. Trying to find Keel near side. He had a hand on it, but not after he was well out of bounds. So that's going to be 4th down here for the Vikings, and a rare occasion for this Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings squad is the kick team comes on. You don't see that too often. And offensively, from an offensive production side, not terrible from Mount Horeb Barneveld, but penalties what's going to be the killer here for this Vikings squad going forward. McGuire grabs it and has a nice little boot. A fantastic boot, actually. It's going to take a Mount Horeb Barneveld bounce, and they're going to get it at the, looks to be 11-yard line, I believe. That math ends up. So Mount Horeb Barneveld defense hopping back on the field. Edgewood Crusaders looking to get something other than a 3-and-out. First 3 drives for Edgewood. First one starting at their 20, 3-and-out. And 3 handoffs over to Cade Patterson, number 9, that running back, part of the running back core there for the Crusaders. And also had another 3-and-out just prior to this. So Bagstad looking and at 2 minutes here in the first. Bagstad hands it up center. That's going to be, see if we can grab a number on this one. Again, black and gold numbers not as easy to see as the nice white and red numbers here that Mount Horeb Barneveld has. There you go, Stoner. Stoner on the tackle there. Crusaders back in that huddle. 134 and counting. Mount Horeb Barneveld coming out hot in that first drive, coming 70-yard drive down into the end zone, grabbing 2. Bagstad, Patterson, gonna grab it. Good defense there, Mount Horeb Barneveld, swallowing that up right away. Ryan Scogan on the tackle there for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings, and now we're on 3rd and 8. Crusaders facing another potential 3rd and out. 3 drives for the Crusaders. First 2 ended 3-and-out, and they're facing another one here. Probably look to see Bagstad in the air. 3 left, 1 right. Patterson with him under center. Looking, yep. Hit heavy, and it's going to be nothing there. Flag. And it looks to be potentially pass interference, I think, on... yeah, we'll see a flag on the play, and... Yep, it will be pass interference. So that's first down there for the Crusaders. So just like that. So Crusaders are going to keep it alive here. They'll get a first down. And Mount Horeb Barneveld defense, though, something to note. Absolutely swallowed up Bagstad there in the pocket. Early in this game, we probably won't see much, too much effect of that, but as that goes later in the game, I expect to see that make a pretty big impact on this offensive squad. Bagstad fakes it off, keeps it, tackle, and they're going to keep it clean. I think that might have been a face mask as well, but they'll keep it clean. Bagstad running over the sideline, get the call. 2nd and 6. He'll grab 4 on that carry. Crusader ball at their 30-yard line. 14 seconds and counting. Bagstad and Patterson. And they'll just let the clock run, so that will be how we end the first. Mount Horeb Barneveld striking first, the only ones to strike here in this first quarter. Mount Horeb Barneveld leading the Edgewood Crusaders 8-0 here from Breeze Stevens Field. You're watching Mount Horeb Barneveld Viking football right here on Wisco Radio.
Here in Wisconsin, we take playtime seriously. At Play in Wisconsin, we know your backyard is where memories are made. From touchdowns to a hole-in-one, our top-quality turf keeps your yard game-ready and pet-friendly year-round. Our play sets, hoops, and customized multi-sport courts are the training grounds for your future pros. Whatever the sport, we've got your court. Get in the game and book a birthday party or just stop by our Middleton showroom for open play. Try it first and try it all, from our swing sets to trampolines. Or check us out online at playinwisconsin.com.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have a
Welcome back to preseason Stevens Field. Start of the second quarter, 8-0. Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings over the Edgewood Crusaders. Fresh clock. Fresh set of downs there for the Crusaders. As Bagstad's pass far side to Ben Morey, 6-foot sophomore. That's going to be complete there, far side. Morey leads that wide receiving core, 219 yards in the air. Oh, another flag on the play there. So face mask there on the Vikings is the official call. And so Vikings on the defensive side of things really hurting themselves more than anything. Pretty good pressure. So Bagstad here near side, Patterson straight up the middle. Nothing doing there as well. They'll get another 2 yards or so on the carry. Patterson straight through the middle on a single setback. Not much there going either for Patterson. So another third and about, let's see, 3rd and 5 they're going to mark it officially here near side. Bagstad looking, that's going to be near side number 90, Dylan Krantz, 6'3", the junior, but not quite enough for that first down. 10-19 and 10-06 and counting. 4th and 2, and taking a look at how things are managed on the field, I am going to imagine Edgewood's going to try to go for it here. 9:50 and counting. Flag comes out there, far side. Not a timeout, or not a flag. It will be a timeout there. On the Crusader side of things, hey, we'll use this as another shot to thank some of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game. How about Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb? And by the Norris Golf Club. Book a tee time online at norrisgolfclub.com. October 11th. Beautiful night out there tonight. 73 degrees, clear skies. Probably see some northern lights if you were in the Madison area last night. Beautiful night for high school football, week 8. Kind of a running joke now that we have here on the crew is beautiful night for football. We haven't had a bad one yet this year. Fantastic week and fantastic football season here for some gridiron football. Gunnar Bagstad. Going to draw them offsides, and they sure do. Offsides on Mount Horeb Barneveld defense, so that's going to give Edgewood a fresh set of downs. And really, for this Mount Horeb Barneveld defense, I should kind of on the both sides here, Mount Horeb Barneveld defense and the Edgewood offenses. The defense has kept this offense on the field throughout this entire drive. Early pass interference, and then And offsides there on 4th and 2. It's going to reset the downs there for Edgewood, and Mount Horeb Barneveld still sticking on defense. Bagstad keeps it. Pass back to Bagstad, looking. He's going to try to find Krantz. He does. And a first down there for Crusaders. Dylan Krantz, number 90, that 6'3 junior, reaching up to grab that ball. That's going to be if we can grab that yard line. So 21, so that'll be a 27-yard pass there to Krantz. And Bagstad's going to try it again. Flanked by Halloran. Good block by Halloran. Tried to get it, almost had it picked off, but somehow the Crusaders stick with it. Edgewood. They're able to stick with it and keep it up. So will look pretty dire earlier in this drive is now firing at all cylinders here for the Edgewood Crusaders offense. Ben Morey sticking on the left side. He finds Port. Port tackled early there in that backfield. Yet another flag on the play. That'll be holding against Edgewood. Yep, there sure is. So we'll erase that and move the ball backwards. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty there for the Crusaders. 8:56 here in the second. Playing at Breeze Stevens Field here in downtown Madison. Venue does a lot for Forward Madison soccer. They do some Madison Radicals Ultimate Frisbee. Event venue and high school football stadium. Bagstad under pressure. Easy flanks out, finds Seth Myers. Seth able to grab that yardage right back. He brings it down. It'll be 3rd and looks like to be 11, so almost had it all back. So 3rd and 11 for the Crusaders. Mount Horeb Barneveld defense doing a good job keeping Bagstad under pressure, but having a hard time keeping that mental focus. A number of penalties giving those Crusaders extra downs. And Mount Horeb Barneveld with the blitz. Bagstad able to find it. No good. An attempted receiver. Is that 5 or 9? That'll be Charles. There you go. So 4th now and 12. They're not going to draw the defense offside on a 4th and 12, so I believe Edgewood's just going to go for the field goal. If I'm looking at it right here. Yep, looks like they'll go for the field goal. Flag on the play. It will be trying to get the official call here. That'll be a false start. So they'll move him back 5. This might change the math a little bit. Makes it a, oh boy, if I'm doing the math right, a 44-yard, 45-yard field goal now. There you go, 45 yards. The official call on the field goal. Ryland Port for Edgewood on the hold. And Will Kelly there on the kick. No good. So Edgewood keeps it scoreless after a drive where Mount Horeb Barneveld gave them a number of chances. Edgewood keeping things clear, and it will be still 8-0 Vikings over the Crusaders. And tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mound City Bank, building lasting relationships with premier financial solutions. And by the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club. If you're an alumni of the program, scan that QR code on your screen today to join the Mount Horeb Barneveld Alumni Club. Had some fun with some folks up there, an alumni of the program himself. Max Myler was in the booth. Had some fun with Mark Fredrickson, Jack Breen, coaches Mount Horeb basketball. That season's starting up actually pretty soon here. Brad Richardson as well. Wisco Radio faithful. Up in the booth with us last night. We gave him the night off. We're going to be heading into playoffs, so he'll be working hard these next couple weeks. So we said, Brad, take the night off. That's why he got me here tonight. Hendrickson swings it over near side. Ashelman brought down by the jersey. Looks to be Port there, Ryland Port, number 3, on the tackle. A little tough, too. These numbers for Edgewood are blocky, so they all kind of just blend in together. Hendrickson going to hand that run off to OP, finds a gap on the outside, left side, finding nothing there, but he'll give him another first down for the Vikings. So not nothing, but nothing in comparison to OP's slice and dice touchdown that he gets at least once a game. Hendrickson, again, near side, finding Ashelman. Has a little bit of room. If you can beat a defender, he won't, and that's going to be a flag, absolutely. Thank you very much. Nope, that's absolutely a late hit. Ashelman out of bounds, and looks like Port dragged him down again. So that'll be another 15. And Mount Horeb Barneveld will move right in. .6:54 here on the clock, and 15 will be added to the Mount Horeb Barneveld first down starting position. Mount Horeb Barneveld starting at the 27, and nothing doing. Number 50 coming in for Edgewood, Jackson Klitzmer. Absolutely nothing doing there by Owen Primusberger, and 6:38 and counting. Loss of 5 there for the Vikings. You don't see that very often with OP. 2 right, 1 left, finds OP there. Gonna try to gain a little bit of that yardage back. He does. He'll make it about 6 yards, so he'll bring it in. It'll be 3rd and, I believe, 8 or so here from the 25. And Hendrickson, OP. Near side, we got Odgers as well as Ashelman. We might be finding a little Ashelman here. A little pressure. Henderson needs to roll out, trying to find something, and I think he's just going to hit the sideline. He does. Good block there by Hayden Anderson, keeping Ashelman out of harm's way. So he's not going to get anything. But it's going to be 4th and 8, 4th and 9, the sticks move. And Mount Horeb Barneveld is under pressure. They don't see this a ton. At least they haven't this season, where it's a 1-score lead. They're going to try to go for it here on 4th and 9. Hendrickson and OP. On line, I think we'll see Keel. Nope, he stays. Hendrickson trying to find somebody. He's going to try to go for it. He won't be doing it. He's going to be able to get at least the first down. Great block there by Keel. And Hendrickson will get the first down. So Vikings narrowly scooch away from that one, and they're going to be they'll be 1st and 10 there from There are 13. Vikings again in the red zone, brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities. A screen out to OP. OP up and in. Touchdown, Mount Horeb Barneveld. And there's a flag, so we'll hold the conversation for a second. I believe that will be legal substitution. Yeah, it's on the offense. Holy smokes. Okay, so that's going to be, that will negate that touchdown. So now 1st and 15 here for the Vikings. Touchdown does not count, of course. And it'll be 1st and 15. Hendrickson. Going to be timeout again by Edgewood. I think Edgewood might have had one too many players on the field if we were doing some rough math there. Mount Horeb Barneveld 8, Edgewood 0 here in the back half of the second quarter. A rare position here for Mount Horeb Barneveld to be in, where they only have a one-score lead here coming into this second quarter. Usually the second quarter is a slower one, but if history has repeated itself here over these past 7 games, they've had at least a 2, depending on the 2-point conversions, maybe 2.5 score lead. And we've seen quite a bit of action today from OP. Owen Primesberger, number 3 there on the field here for the Vikings, leads the team in touchdowns on the ground, 10 touchdowns. I've seen a little bit of Keel in the air and had a great screen there to OP on the touchdown that came back, but we're going to try it again here. We got 11 on both sides. Let's play some football. Hendrickson looking. Trying to find somebody. Had a little bit of pressure from Edgewood, and he's going to be taken down. Brooks Hendrickson not getting any movement there. Hale Rickers, number 65, on that defensive line. The junior. And so now it's going to be 3rd and long. Numbers 26 for this Vikings squad. You don't have a ton of 3rd and 26, especially when you got the ball at the 35, 30. Ball at the Edgewood 30, 3rd and 26. That's not one you see every day, so Hendrickson's going to try to find whatever he can here. He's going to take one deep, and Ashelman couldn't even find it. Not sure where that communication was, but so now it'll be 4th. Again, if you didn't have 3rd and 26 in the playbook, you sure as heck don't have 4th and 26 in the playbook. But this Vikings squad likes to keep some offense on the field and likes to keep a little bit of movement there on the offensive side of things. We saw Gannon Bagstad, or excuse me, Zach McGuire earlier last week kick a 60-yard field goal, so we know he's got a leg for it. And it looks like the pass over to Ashelman isn't going to do it, so that'll be a turnover on downs. That was 3rd down. Okay. Now it's 4th and 13. I'm going to go back through the replay of that one. Interesting. 4th. And I guess the Vikings will get another shot at it here. 4th and 12. Hendrickson scrambles over to his left. He's going to try to get the first down, and I don't think he'll get it. Push out of bounds early, so that's going to be a Mount Horeb Barneveld turnover on downs. And so Crusaders will get their first or another shot here on the drive in the second quarter. 3:33 left to go in the second. Vikings having a rare turnover on downs. You do not see that often from this Vikings offense. And now Vikings defense looking to make their mark out there. Bagstad under center. And a flag there. There has been plenty of laundry on the field tonight. So a false start, and with their position, puts them half the distance to the goal. So that gets them at the, I believe that's going to be the 4-yard line. Yep. Bagstad. He's going to send it over to Tyler Klipstein. Skogan gets that one wrapped up here for the Vikings. 3:14. And counting 2nd and 14. Wasn't able to get anything more than about a yard there. Vikings defense able to wrap them up early. Bagstad sends it into a hole. I believe the attempted receiver was A.J. Charles. So didn't quite have the right communication there, didn't run the right route either way. Sends it into a hole there from Bagstad, and it's going to be 3rd and 14. And that's something that kind of a pattern that we've seen here from Edgewood in this first half is if it hasn't been for Mount Horeb Barneveld defense, giving them a couple relief penalties, resetting those downs. It's been other than a play or two down on the south end of the field here on one of their drives. It's been pretty stagnant offensively. But there was a moment there where Edgewood offense looked a little bit like they're dragging some momentum, and they had another penalty on the field. So another false start against the Crusaders. Yet again, half the distance to the goal again. And it's going to be, well, let's do the math here. It'll be 3rd and 16 now. Will be that Gannon Bagstad, referencing some old Mount Horeb Barneveld players there. No, Gannon Bagstad sends it on through. Hunter Malota. We'll grab another 2 or 3 yards there from Malota coming straight through the center. And that'll be 4th and long from the Edgewood 7. So that will be a pretty easy punt decision. And Mount Horeb Barneveld looking to have some pretty good field position yet again to end this half. 2:17 and counting, as we were saying before. Brett St. Arnold not afraid to use the timeouts in a position where he can maybe put another score on the board at the end of half. Hastings got a fair catch, so that will bring him to the 40-yard line. And Mount Horeb Barneveld is going to start what might be the final drive of the half. Depending on how things go, 2:05 left to go here in the second. Mount Horeb Barneveld starting at the generous spot, 39. How about that? They'll mark it at the 39. Unique position, though, for Mount Horeb Barneveld to be in. This is definitely not something that they've seen throughout many of their games. And another penalty. So they'll call it a legal substitution on the Crusaders is the call. So they'll give them 5 yards closer to that first down, I suppose. So Vikings now starting at the 35 of the Crusaders. Keel in the motion. Up to OP through the center. Not going to get anything. Good hand by Dylan Krantz as he comes through, tries to grab OP and keeps them from finding that hole. So Primusburger not going to have much, 150 and counting. We'll probably see a little bit of action here before Brett St. Arnold, head coach here for the Vikings, uses any sort of timeout. Say, stick around at the half. We'll revisit our conversation. Brad Richardson, we're just saying he's off, but we're using some of his footage from last week as OP comes up the center. Not going to find anything. Once again, Dylan Krantz, almost the exact same thing. He's got a number on OP, and Dylan Krantz able to grab a foot. OP doesn't get anything more than a yard. But as we were saying, stay tuned at halftime. We'll revisit that conversation. Brad Richardson with Principal Cody Lundquist of Mount Horeb High School, and, of course, star of the district, Crumble, the sport dog. We'll revisit that interview at halftime. Hendrickson hands it over to OP. Is he able to slice it? He does, and is able to get through the gap. Oh, man. There was a 3v1 situation. OP able to find that hole, sends it through on the left side, and Vikings first down. 50 seconds. Clock starts. Hendrickson with OP to his right. Two to the right, one left. Tries to find and is picked off. He tried to find, it was Colin Haig, I believe, on the far side, and intercepted. Number 2, Jack Holloran, read that one, no problem. And Crusaders come up with it, a rare pick there for Brooks Hendrickson. And the Crusaders now coming up 34 seconds. They have one timeout on the board, so probably not a ton of work going to be able to be done with one timeout unless they keep the ball in the air pretty quick here. But they have the opportunity to potentially tie this one up. 34 seconds left here in the half. Bagstad, one in motion. Finds the hole, shot down. That's going to be Talon Stoner, number 33 there in the center. Stoner having a great year for this Viking squad. You're hearing his name more and more as the game goes on. Clock keeps chopping, though. Bagstad looking one on each side. As we pass out to Seth Myers. Seth able to grab the reception for 4. Rolls out of bounds, so 5 seconds left. They didn't get quite where they needed to be, I don't think, for sort of any sort of momentum here. And so timeout there by Edgewood. That will be their last of the half. Five seconds left here in the half, and Coach St. Arnold is, you can see him there in the center of that huddle. He's a pretty animated character on the field, but he is looking pretty animated. This is a rare position for this Viking squad to be in. Vikings only up 1 score at half. That defense keeping Edgewood with a 0 on the board, but offense on the other side unable to really do a ton of conversion, only getting a single touchdown early in that first quarter. And then, luckily for them, they were able to convert on that 2-point conversion. But a rare position for this Viking squad to be in. Usually they're looking at 25. I think on average is about 27-point lead for the Vikings here coming into half. And now they got 8. So Edgewood's going to have one more shot at it. They're going to try to go a little deep, a little lateral, and he's not going to go anywhere. That will be the end of the first half. Yeah, he did step out, so they're going to call it the end of half, and we will too. So at the half, Mount Horeb Barneveld squeaks out a halftime lead 8-0 over Edgewood here from Breeze Stevens Field. We'll be right back with second half action, halftime stats, and more right here on Wisco Radio.
Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Welcome back to Wisco Radio, and joined by two very special guests here, high school principal Cody Lundquist and our special guest here of the night, Crumble. How about that?
Yeah.
Great to have you here, Cody. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for being here tonight. An exciting game, an exciting weekend for homecoming. So glad to be here.
Yeah, obviously, some tragedy that hits our communities about 5 months ago. We're not going to get into details of that. Obviously, if you're a fan of the Vikings, you know the pain and tragedy that this community went through. But the great thing about a small town, I grew up in a small town. I know you're familiar with a small town too, is just how the community comes together and rallies and supports each other. And sometimes there's a ray of hope or light coming out of something like that. And that's what we have here today is Crumble want to talk about this opportunity and how we can support the foundation that helped fund Crumble here in this community. So just kind of walk us through this process and how we got here today.
Yeah, we know about the May 1 experience, and after that we really had a lot of conversations. How do we support students? And Custom Canines, an organization out of Madison, came to us with multiple dogs. The days right after the May 1st incident. And we just saw the response. We saw the children, the community, the parents just gravitated. It brought joy. You saw the smiles. It kind of gave people just excitement and joy in a time that was really, really challenging. And so we reached out and said, hey, how do you get a dog like that? We know schools have them. How do you get a dog like a service dog? And Custom Canine said, well, we can donate one to you. And we thought, okay, right? So then we got to this position, okay, what's that going to look like for us as a school? All the nuances of like handlers and who's going to do that, where's the dog going to live, how's it going to be, the resources paid for. And I think along with the community wrapping around us, Custom Canines also came and rallied around us. And just to have Crumble here with us, due to Custom Canines and all the amazing work they do for especially for veterans and people across Dane County, has been really remarkable. And to partner with them over these last few months, and to learn about Custom Canines and the work they do, but also for them to kind of get into schools, because they work with a lot of veterans and a lot of veteran groups, and just the benefit they have, and being able to have Crumble here, I would say much more popular and famous than I am. I'll tell you, he's great. The kids love him. But yeah, it's been a journey to have him here, but we're excited for it.
Well, I think it's interesting, and knowing that there's one dog for this really big district. Yeah. Just talk about the day in the life of a service dog such as Crumble.
Yeah, well, Crumble has a very busy day. He usually gets to now, and he's just exhausted. So he splits his time generally between the middle school and the high school. That came from recommendations in terms of how much a service dog can actually do, how many handlers they should have. Really be mindful of too many handlers. There's a lot of training that goes into being able to handle a service dog and the commands. So he spends his time, splits his day between the middle school and high school. There's 2 handlers at each building. So he lives with me. So he comes home with me, comes to school in the morning, and it really kind of depends on the day. We have students who are scheduled with him, who spend some time. He is there to support them, either having a tough moment, a tough day, and he brings joy. He does a lot of great things, but there's also these really amazing stories of students who having a panic attack, and it might sometimes takes 15, 20 minutes for that student to calm down, and Crumble comes in and there's a couple tasks he can do to calm the student, and they're back in class within 2 or 3 minutes. And so his day really kind of depends on what's happening on that school day, but he splits it. He goes to the lunch cafeteria. Kids come up. They just love on him. He meets with small groups. He meets with teachers. He just brings joy into the rooms that he comes into. And when you've been through what this community has been through, to have something so simple have such a profound impact on our school and our kids it gives me goosebumps to think about when he comes in and kids are smiling and they love seeing him. And I'm so happy that we have this resource here thanks to Custom Canines.
Well, obviously, it's a big adjustment bringing, a service dog through. And what were maybe some of the questions or maybe even misconceptions that yourself had or the staff had on this sort of journey and where things started in September to now, like how have things changed?
Yeah, I had no clue. I knew that people had service dogs. I knew I always interchangeably was like, oh, service dog, therapy dog, emotional support dog. And what I came to find out is those are very different features. They sometimes serve a similar purpose, but a service dog performs a specific task. It takes years, right? He was training from essentially being a puppy. He turns 2 in just over a week. So for a year and a half, he was training because his demeanor, I mean, this is to have a 2-year-old golden retriever sitting here chill, right, is his demeanor. And so he's been through a lot of training. And so that was one thing I learned about. But we also had to learn about how much he can handle. He takes on a lot of emotional stress. And so how to give him breaks. He's trained to go a long time without going to the bathroom. He's trained a long time to go between, feeding. In the jacket, the red vest that he has on here, he acts different than when he is out of it. He gets to be a dog. The rules around when a dog is wearing a vest, what to do, whether you see at the airport. Now I know a lot more about when I'm seeing somebody at an airport or a restaurant, kind of what they're doing, what their task is, and how we can support it. So there's a lot of things we learn, but then having him come into the school is like, what's this going to look like? How are we going to... Teachers were like, is he going to just wander the halls? I'm like, no, he's not going to just wander the halls. He'll be with us. He's performing a task. And so I think that was the misconception and learning we had to do. And it's still a learning curve, I think, getting him comfortable because he's really only been with us for, I think as a district now, 5-6 weeks. And it takes a couple of months for a dog to kind of acclimate. So we are still learning together with him, but he's already making such an impact. He's going to be actively involved in a lot of activities this school year. A lot of students want to make t-shirts and stickers and want to bring him in places, which is just exciting, the connections he's having for students.
High school principal Cody Lundquist and our special guest Crumble here for our Wisco Radio's feature. And a big reason we're here tonight and talking about Crumble is trying to give back to the organization that helped made this possible. Custom Canines is an organization doing some fundraising here tonight. Talk about that organization and how can people get involved?
Yeah, so Custom Canines is an amazing organization. They help veterans. What they do is they train dogs. They train dogs to support those who need a task. They do a lot of work with people who are dealing with PTSD anxiety, and that's actually what Crumble is trained in, is to support those with PTSD anxiety, and he can actually sense heart rate and mood and how people are doing, and he has things he'll do. And so we just cannot thank them enough for bringing Crumble to us, donating him. If you wanted to buy a dog with this training, it's going to be $20,000 to $30,000 to bring a dog like this in at a service dog level. So what we want to do is we're just trying to raise some funds to just give back to Custom Canines and then be able to pay it forward. Being able to pay this back forward so that they can continue to help do the amazing work that they're doing is something our goal here. So we've got the Miracle Minute going on tonight, going to walk around with some dog bowls and hopefully get people to wag that cash a little bit. But also we've got some QR codes out there for people to scan and donate directly to Custom Canines around the stadium, but also we've had it throughout the week this week. We've got students coming in, dropping things off. And so just an effort to raise as much money as we can and give thanks back to Custom Canines for the work that they've done, not only for our community, but also for future communities as well.
All right. Really appreciate the time. Crumble, thank you for your time here. I know you're a star of the district already, so appreciate the time. Principal Lundquist here and our special friend Crumble joining us here on Wisco Radio.
Thanks.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School Football Program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth Football Program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
And welcome back to Bree Stevens Field. At the half, Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings 8, Edgewood Crusaders 0. Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings in that one-score lead position here. Rare position for them to be in at a halftime. We'll come back here about 4 minutes on the clock here. We'll hear a word from our sponsors first, and then when we come back, halftime stats and second half action coming to you live here from Bree Stevens Field. It's the Crusaders and the Vikings right here on Wisco Radio.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Here in Wisconsin, we take playtime seriously. At Plain Wisconsin, we know your backyard is where memories are made. From touchdowns to a hole-in-one, our top-quality turf keeps your yard game-ready and pet-friendly year-round. Our play sets, hoops, and customized multi-sport courts are the training grounds for your future pros. Whatever the sport, we've got your court. Get in the game and book a birthday party or just stop by our Middleton showroom for open play. Try it first and try it all, from our swing sets to trampolines, or check us out online at plainwisconsin.com.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
Welcome back to Bree Stevens Field, 2:48 on the clock here. Both teams taking the field back again, 8-0 Vikings over the Crusaders. As we take a look at our first half stats, Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings edging out the Crusaders in total yards in that first half, 161-96. Really a lot of that coming on the passing, 112-70 in the air comparatively here between the Vikings and the Crusaders. You can see there the story of that first half, the number of first downs that was coming. For Edgewood primarily, they only had a few first downs, and two of those actually came from Mount Horeb Barneveld assistants on that defensive side of things. So for at least the Crusaders, that's going to be a key moving in here into the second half. And I think the story of this game is you look at that bottom row, penalties. 7 penalties on Mount Horeb Barneveld side for 35 yards. On the opposing side, Edgewood, 8 penalties, 67 yards for them. Both teams, if I were a betting man and had a fly on the wall in both of those locker rooms, that bottom stat line for both teams is what is going to need to be cleaned up in the second half. And we'll see what happens here as we come into half number 2. So with that, we'll take one more quick break. Vikings and Crusaders here at the start of the second half right here on Wisco Radio.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
And welcome back to Bree Stevens Field. Third quarter just about underway here. Mount Horeb Barneveld leading the Edgewood Crusaders 8-0 here in Madison. Just blocks away from the downtown Capitol building. Beautiful setting for a little high school football. And boy, oh boy, what a beautiful night we have here in Madison. 73 is the official temperature here in Madison. So a beautiful night for high school football. Clear skies, a little in the wind. And we're ready for a second half kick. So Edgewood on the kick here in the second half. And OP to receive. Keel just ahead of him on the leading block. Flag comes in late. 2 flags come in late. OP has plenty of room. He's going to go down 25-20, 15-10-5. Touchdown OP. Not too excited about that. Got a couple flags downfield. And I think this one's going to be coming back. So we've seen the OP kickoff return a number of times. And I think this time not going to quite make it. So they're going to return it, and that's how we're going to unfortunately start. We were just talking about that penalties is going to be a huge conversation that needs to be had going forward. And unfortunately, first play of this first drive of this second half, it's going to result in nothing but a penalty. So Vikings starting 1st and 15. Sorry, ball at the 15, excuse me. Ball at the 15. First down and 10. That's where the Vikings will start. All right, second half underway here. Hendrickson over to Keel in motion. Tries to find the hole. He's going to find a hole on the left side. Brought down. No, he hops over it. Might have lost his shoe. Oh, ball comes out and scooped back up there by OP, I believe. We can get a number over there. That's going to be Jack Wilson, actually. Excuse me. So Keel on his way down popped it out. Jack Wilson, class of 2026. He's going to be able to grab that one, keep it on the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings side of things. And the drive continues. They're able to get a first down on that one. So Keel again in motion, not going to use it. Find OP straight through the middle. And actually, excuse me, correction on that one. That's going to be Jack Wilson on the carry. And Jack Wilson heading to the sideline for MHB. Hendrickson, OP to his right. OP going to find plenty of room here near side. Decides to cut back in. Brought down by big man Jackson Klitzmiller. And so 3rd and 3 now here for the Vikings. Clock at 10:25 and counting. Hendrickson looking, needs to do something with it. Has a block, is going to find OP, hits him right in the breadbasket, and no good. So OP a little bit shaken up on that one. I had plenty of Crusader defenders near side. And so this is going to be a 3 and out to start this drive here for the Vikings. And Myers on the hit there for Edgewood. So it'll be 4th and 3. McGuire on to kick. McGuire's got plenty of leg there to boot, so he'll take a good one. And what a kick there from McGuire. And it's touched, it looks like, by number 3, Ryland Port, excuse me. And he's able to recover it. So Ryland Port got a finger on it just there briefly on the return, and had a man chasing. He was able to recover, so it'll be 1st and down here, 1st and 10, excuse me, for Edgewood. Sitting at the 27, I believe. On the carry. Taken down there by McGuire. So, let's see, 2nd and 8 here. Bagstad under center here for the Crusaders starting the second half. As mentioned in halftime, 70 yards in the air from Bagstad there in this first half. Shot up and is good. That'll be brought down there by Hayden Meyer, flagged down. Got multiple flags down now. Not sure if it's the same thing, but we'll see. The laundry has been aplenty here in this game. And we'll be awaiting the call. I believe it's going to be holding. Yep, and we'll be holding on the Vikings. So, yep, penalty should be declined, absolutely. Is there another penalty? We're not quite sure what we're. So holding declined. All right, so that's it. You had a holding penalty against the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings. 1st down, Edgewood. And that's how we'll settle things out here. All right. Let's play some football. 1st and 10 here at the Edgewood 35. Bagstad under center. Looking, hands it off to Halloran. He'll grab 4 on the carry straight through the center. Jack Halloran, the senior, 5'6". Pretty sneaky in that backfield. He's second on that chart there for Edgewood in terms of rushing touchdown, 3 in his stat sheet coming into this year. 284 rushing yards. And the flip. They're back to Seth Myers. Seth has plenty of room on the sideline, and he's taken down by Asherman. Ball out, but they're going to call it down. All right. And Seth Myers finds the near sideline and puts Edgewood in scoring position. Their first time this evening. Had the attempted field goal, but that was 45-yarder earlier here in the first, and Edgewood now in striking distance. First and goal, ball is on the 8-yard line. And the Crusaders now going to be making Mount Horeb Barneveld sweat a little bit. Bagstad. Going to just take it himself, finds the hole through the center. Not going to get all the way in, but he's going to grab 4 or 5. So Bagstad is going to leave at least 1 here, maybe 2. Yep, so second and goal, from the 2. And Edgewood on the door here. Going to be making this one a game. And it's going to be timeout. No flag, so it'll be timeout Edgewood. We'll take one as well here. Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings 8, Edgewood 0. You're about halfway through this third quarter right here on Wisco Radio.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School Football Program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth Football Program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Welcome back here to Breeze Stevens. Edgewood and Mount Horeb Barneveld in a hotly contested matchup here. 8-0. Edgewood just took a timeout. Second and goal, from the 2 really, and it's going to be Edgewood's opportunity here to score. You have Bagstad, Patterson under center. Patterson not going to get anywhere, and a great stop there by Mount Horeb Barneveld defense. Zach McGuire stopping Patterson from moving forward, and that's going to set him back a yard. Edgewood now 3rd and 4, so mark it back 2. And loss of 2 there from Patterson. A great stop there for the MHB defense. And Crusaders going to give it another shot. See Bagstad and Halloran. Under center there, Patterson out left. He's going to flip it over to Ryland Port, and still nothing doing there again. That'll be Eli Meyer, the sophomore, coming in for the stop. And a great stop by Eli Meyer. And now here's decision time. 4th and 9. Great stop and a great hold there. Great red zone defense by the Vikings. And the Crusaders are going to give the kick here an attempt. Will Kelly. It's be about 25 yards, it looks like. We're doing the math right here. Will Kelly on the kick. And flag on the play. So they'll move back. That's actually the second time that they've had a false start on the field goal attempt. So they're going to move back 5. So 30 yards on the attempt here now for Will Kelly. On the hold is Ryland Port. And they do it again. Another false start. So moving back 5 again. Make it 36 yards on the field goal now. So what was a 26-yard field goal is now a 36-yard field goal for Will Kelly and the Crusaders. Kelly on the hole, Port on the hole, Kelly on the kick. Kick is up, and it is no good. Vikings able to keep that, what turned in from a 1st and 2 to a 4th and 19. No good, 36-yard field goal. Vikings come out unscathed on that drive. It was looking all Edgewood, and the Vikings keep their one-score lead, 8-0 here. About halfway through this third quarter, and a great red zone defensive stop for this Mount Horeb Barneveld defense. And touchdowns, runs, 40-yard receptions. That gets you hyped up. A red zone gritty defense stop that gets the sideline absolutely amped, and see if Hendrickson and offensive crew can capitalize. Ashelman threw his hands yet again here near side. And that will stop the clock here for a little bit. But those gritty defensive stops there from the defense gets the team amped, gets the sideline amped. And the Vikings have a little bit of momentum here coming into yet another offensive drive here in this third quarter. Chris Keel on the sweep. Holding yet again on the field, so he's going to be brought down. We'll get the official call. Yep, it will be holding here on Mount Horeb Barneveld. So it has been penalty after penalty after penalty tonight. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty for the Vikings. Let's we'll obviously wipe that out, but then we'll make that, we'll accept it, and it'll be 2nd and 20 now here for the Vikings. Second, and actually they'll adjust it after the spot of the penalty. So 2nd and 14. Vikings on their own 16-yard line. Hendrickson, 2 to the right, 1 left. OP to his left. Going to go maybe to Ashelman. He's going to try to find him. Shot up, and it's good. Ashelman brought down at the 35-yard line. And Mount Horeb Barneveld is moving quick. But Ashelman, after an early drop in this first drive, comes up big. And Mount Horeb Barneveld now on the Edgewood Crusader side of the field, over to OP, straight up through the middle, and meets about 10 other guys there in the center. And Owen Ashelman comes up big, having a slower start to the night, and able to get things quite as run down, I think, as he would like to. And there's another one. That's the kind of night that I think we've typically seen from Owen Ashelman tonight. Not his normal by any means. Ashelman has been a fantastic receiver here for this Vikings squad. 5 touchdowns so far this year, 262 yards coming in tonight in the air. So Ashelman has by far been one of the Vikings, right next to Keel, has been a extremely powerful member of this Vikings offensive squad. Tonight, just a little bit off. And Vikings able to draw him off, so they'll count him here and give Mount Horeb Barneveld a 5-yard advantage. And just like that, Mount Horeb Barneveld is not quite knocking on the door, but they're walking up to the door of the Crusaders. 4:10 left to go here in the third. To the right, one left. OP under center, looking. Tries to find far side. Look to be, can we get a number on that one? It's hard to see. 14. That's going to be Cal Augers, but so pass incomplete there to Cal. Cal 6'2", 180. Coming in from that junior class. A great number of juniors coming in on this squad. You have Brooks Henderson coming in from that junior class. Hayden Anderson. Tight end. It's been fun to see Hayden and that tight end role sort of evolve on this Vikings squad. Hendrickson takes it, has some pressure, tries to dump it off quick. OP fumbles it out of his hands, so that will be passes incomplete, and another turnover on downs here for this Viking squad. And you start to think, hey, we have McGuire, who we know he can hit some field goals. Got a position where not a ton of wind down here tonight, and it's a one-score game. You start to maybe think to yourself, hey, how does that factor in on a couple of these fourth down plays? But second turnover on downs for the Vikings tonight, a very rare occasion for this Viking squad. All right, Gannon Bagstad now for the Crusaders. Hands it straight up the middle, actually on the keeper. Fakes the handoff on the keeper, got me. Gets it out left, and a flag comes down. Bagstad will be on the keeper there for a pickup of 8 if this holds. We'll see what the official call is here. If you're tuning in for the first time here on Wisco, face mask there on Mount Horeb Barneveld. Typically this is not the amount of laundry we see on the field, but it has been quite a lot so far here tonight on both sides. You look at the stat line, Mount Horeb Barneveld had 7 in that first half. Edgewood had 8, so it's not like it's going one way or another. There's just been very nitpicky so far tonight on this field. 3:30 and counting. Bagstad and Patterson hands it off. Patterson finds the hole through the middle. Going to grab 2 or 3. Ends up being brought down by, looks like to be maybe Wilson, the center there. Yep, number 2, Jack Wilson or Stoner. Either one. We'll give it to both of them. So gain of 3 there for Patterson. 2nd and 7. Ball at the Mount Horeb Barneveld 45-yard line. And we got a close one here. Coming to you live from Bree Stevens here in Madison. And 23 on the carry. That's going to be Hunter Malota. He'll grab another 3, so it'll be now 3rd and 4. A rare sight here for this Vikings to be outside of a high school setting. This is a unique setting for high school football here at Breeze. Stevens in Madison, just blocks away from Capitol Building. Beautiful venue. Pro sports venue. Fun to have some high school football be played here as well. Gannon Bagstad finds it in the air. Going to make connection with Paulus. who brings it down. First down, no question. Excuse me, that's Hayden Meyer, on the reception. So that will be first down for the Crusaders. 2 minutes and counting. Ball's moving quick, and Edgewood is marching down the field. Again, Mount Horeb Barneveld in this rare sort of one-scorer position. You don't see that often here from the Vikings side of things, but Bagstad to his right. Malota is going to go on the keeper and is going to be swallowed up there by Ryan Scogan on the Vikings. He'll grab 2 or 3 yards there. So Edgewood now sitting at the 30, 1:18 and counting. And this is going to be one of those games where I think every second is going to matter. Mount Horeb Barneveld had an early score in that first quarter, but after that, nothing doing. Flanked on both sides, going to hand it off to Malota, who hands far side, and is going to be brought down, looks like by Talon Stoner again. So Stoner having a good night, said his name a couple times on the takedowns. 47 seconds and counting, and we might end the third quarter here shortly. I think we'll get at least one more play in, but Edgewood marching down. This is a big 3rd and 4 for this Crusader squad. Got 2 to the right. Bagstad off to Malota. It will be off to Malota, and he will grab at least 3. Let's see where the spot is. It's going to be just short. And so it'll be 4th and 1. And the clock has stopped for, not quite sure why. So the clock has now resumed, rightfully so. And actually, the clock stopped because they moved the chains. That's why the clock stopped. So they did mark it a first down, and that will be how we end the third quarter. First down Edgewood. So it's going to be first and 10 from the 24. Edgewood Crusaders knocking on the door here of the Vikings as well. And we'll have fourth quarter action. It's going to be a good one coming back at you right here on Wisco Radio.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
And welcome back here to Breeze Stevens Field. Edgewood Crusaders are going to be sitting at their own 19 after a gain of 5 there. Seth Myers on the carry there for the Crusaders, and getting to this fun spot where the announcer can't see what's going on. We'll try our best here. Bagstad is going to find Malota, and brought right down there by Talon Stoner. And it'll be 3rd and 4 for this Edgewood Crusaders squad. Again, Talon Stoner has been all over the field for the defense on this side of things. Big 3rd and 5. Mount Horeb Barneveld defense just got off a drive with a huge red zone stop. Can they do it again? with Edgewood knocking on the door. Bagstad fakes to Malota on the keeper. Shot up and almost picked off in and out of the hands of Ashelman. That's been the story all night for him. But on this side, it was on the other side of the ball. And Mount Horeb Barneveld couldn't quite keep it in control. And it'll be 4th and 5, I believe. Yeah, 4th and 5, they'll mark it on the Crusaders here. Ball is at the 19. And in typical Crusader fashion, I think they would have gone for it. But after 2 Will Kelly field goal misses so far tonight, they're going to keep the ball on the ground. So Bagstad looking and brought down by the Mount Horeb Barneveld defense. Number 29, Eli Meyer. And we got a flag, of course. But they're going to keep it on the Mount Horeb Barneveld side, and Eli Meyer coming up with the big stop for this Viking squad. A huge stop for this Mount Horeb Barneveld defense. They had a red zone stop just the drive before, and they had now a huge 4th and 5 stop, forcing a turnover on downs, and the Vikings offense hits the field again. Hendrickson over to OP through the center. Be taken down there by Seth Myers from the Crusaders. Overall, it's been a relatively quiet night on the ground here for this Vikings squad. OP's going to try it again straight through the middle. He'll grab another 4. And so it'll be 3rd and 2 now coming up for the Vikings. And OP almost had another return for a touchdown on the kickoff that wasn't negated by holding in the backfield. So that one is and Jack Wilson able to pick up that first down now for the Vikings, and this offense is moving up the field. A little bit of pace here for this Vikings squad. Hendrickson, Wilson now behind him is going to try to go to the left, finds really nothing there, brought down there by Kitzmiller, number 50 there for Edgewood. 9:23 and counting. Edgewood, 2 timeouts left. Mount Horeb Barneveld has 3. Vikings now look to here just briefly reset. They get the play. Hendrickson over to Jack Wilson. He hands it off and is absolutely swallowed up by Jackson Kitzmiller again. We've said his name a couple times tonight, and Kitzmiller absolutely swallowed that hole, read it like a book, and Jack Wilson couldn't get anything going for the Vikings. Now it's going to be 3rd and 10. A big 3rd and 10 now for this Vikings squad. Vikings struggling on offense to get a ton of momentum moving here. And now's the time, if any, to get something going. Hendrickson looking. He's going to take it himself. He's got a little bit of room and is going to be taken down here near side. It looks like he's a little shaken up. He's able to get up, and he's going to hop into that one. So maybe a little shaken up, but now it'll be 4th and 2 here near side. One out each side. Jack Wilson. Shift side there. Wilson going to grab it and going to take it on 4th down. He's going to get it plus some. Jack Wilson gets the first down here for the Vikings after getting eaten up on the play before. Picks his head back up and grabs a fresh set of downs here. Mount Horeb Barneveld, 1st and 10, sitting at the 48 of Edgewood. 2 left, 1 on the right. Hendrickson and Wilson again under center. Hendrickson with the keeper. Getting traced, has some pressure, and he's going to get eaten up as well. Hendrickson taking down A.J. Charles, the senior from the Edgewood Crusaders. Not getting them anything to do, and that'll be a loss of 4 on the play. Hendrickson. It'll be 2nd and 15 now. 7:32. Clock is running. 7:25 and counting here. Hendrickson with a little toss over to Keel on the sweep. He'll pick up some, tries to dash through some, and he's going to reach out for an extra yard or 2. So that will be 3rd and 3 now. 3rd and 4, depending on where the spot. Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 3. Ball sitting at the 40 of the Crusaders. Hendrickson fakes the keeper over to Wilson. Finds McGuire. McGuire with plenty of room. 10, 5, and touchdown, Zach McGuire. No flags on the play, and that is a clean touchdown for this Vikings squad. Zach McGuire can do it all. He can kick, and he can score. So Vikings, 14-0 here over the Crusaders. And in typical Vikings fashion, I think we'll try to extend this one by 2. Hendrickson. Fake it over to McGuire. McGuire swings it through, has plenty of room, finds the gap, and gets it. Zach McGuire gets the score and gets 2 points on the board as well. So Vikings extend this lead. A little bit of breath on the Vikings sideline, and this squad is starting to breathe a little bit here. 16-0 over the Crusaders. 6:40 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And tonight's broadcast brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nortman and Associates. And by Kittleson Landscape. Hope you enjoyed the game. Brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Looking forward to this upcoming schedule here for this Vikings squad. Their last regular season game as we look down the road here going to be against Portage. Last home game senior night here as Portage comes to Mount Horeb. And then, hey, it's that time of year again, late October, early November. You always love when you can be playing football in November. Levels 1, 2, and 3 are the preceding Fridays after that. So this Viking squad ready to rock and roll, coming into what's probably going to be a very highly anticipated game next week. Maybe not necessarily for the contest. You never know what's going to happen, but more for the day after, and see where this Viking squad is going to end up in the magical seeding protocol. You don't really know with the WIAA where everything lands, but a Viking squad that has at least 7 wins right now usually will look pretty good, I think, to a seeding algorithm. So we'll see how everything shakes out here for the Vikings. Kick is up, and kick is returned. That's going to be number 2, Jack Holloran. And Jack Holloran will be on the returns. Vikings will start here from, let's see, the 20, again, no numbers on the field, so we're doing our best to guesstimate here, 25 or so. And this Vikings defense will hop back on the field. 2 spectacular stops from this Mount Horeb Barneveld defense. Back-to-back drive stoppers credited to this Vikings defense, and we'll see if they can do it again here with 6:15 left to go here in the game. 16-0. Vikings over Edgewood. A little pressure. Bagstad sends it downfield all over him. Is going to be number 22, Andrew Lean, the senior. Intended receiver is A.J. Gunwich, but that'll be pass interference. Yeah, and this Vikings squad not too happy about that, but I think that's going to be the right call. Is they'll move the ball up 15. And Vikings will reset. 39 will be where the ball is spotted. So 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs here for the Crusaders. 3rd and 9. Go back on the keeper is going to be Bagstad. Again, and Bagstad, the junior here, leading the offense for the Crusaders, keeps it. Two right, one left, single set back. As the pass over to Maury, he'll pick up at least 9. They'll give him 10 after he steps out of bounds, maybe 9. Oh, we'll see where they spot it. They'll give him 9. All right. Officially, they'll give him 9, and so it'll be 3rd and 1 here for the Crusaders offense. I'm seeing they'll give me 4 on that one. Apologies there. Correction, 3rd and 1. 5:29 and counting. Bagstad on the keeper again, trying to get 1. Does he get 1? No, he does not. He loses 1, and so it's going to be 4th and 2. Vikings defense comes up big yet again. I believe that's going to be Talon Stoner on the tackle, so 4th and 2. We're not actually. That'll be an official's timeout, so they're going to be looking at something here. All right, just confirming it's 4th down, and it sure is. All right, 4th and 2. Ball on the 48 of Edgewood. 4:58. Clock is chopping. Yeah, Bagstad and Patterson, I believe, back there. And a false start on the Crusaders. Yet again, it has been false start, false start, false start. And so Edgewood will move back 5. So what was 4th and 2, and it will now be 4th and 7. We've seen it on field goals. We've seen it on just normal drives. The false start has been plaguing really both teams. Mount Horeb Barneveld was plagued by it earlier in this game. Now Edgewood getting a penalty when it really hurts them. So Bagstad going for it, 4th and 7 under pressure. He's going to spin his way out of it, has to do something with it, has to beat a man. He's going to, but he's going to get tripped down, and not enough to get that 1st down. Great pressure. Looks like it was it Jack Wilson, and it was Jack Wilson and Harrison Walker on the pressure here for this Vikings defense. Forcing Bagstad to scramble and unable to come up with that 1st down. So Vikings offense retakes possession, and This Vikings squad is now looking to put some extra pad on this one. 16-0. Got a 2-score lead here. Vikings over the Crusaders here at Breese Stevens Field. Keel is able to slice his way through some of the Crusaders defenders, but I believe we'll get a I believe it will be a block in the back here in the backfield. So it'll be Myers who officially gets the tackle. So it'll be block in the back here against the Vikings, so that will come back and put the Vikings in even worse territory here. So it'll be 1st and 20. Ball's at the 46, so they've crossed back over the other side, but it'll be a 1st and 20 here for the Vikings as offensively they reset. Hendrickson and OP on his right. Hands it off. Gonna find that hole. He'll pick up 5. Myers gets the tackle. So it'll be 2nd and 14 now here for this Vikings squad as they are trying to run off as much clock as they can. They're going to be doing a pretty good job here. As Hendrickson slowly approaches the line. Keel in motion. Going to hand it to OP, who just plows his head down and gets another 2 on the carry. So 2:57 and counting. Timeout, Edgewood. We'll stay here with you. We'll not only stay here with you, we'll talk about some of our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. And by Norsk Golf Club. Book a tee time online at norskgolfclub.com today. Not only a beautiful night for football, but beautiful night for golf. Fantastic week for little October golf. Mount Horeb, speaking of golf, having some success on the female side of some golf as well, and congrats to those folks who have made some sectional appearances on the Mount Horeb golf side. Norsk, the home course for the Mount Horeb golf squad, and my personal favorite. We appreciate those at Norsk watching the game as well. We're unable to make it here to Breese in Madison. Keel on the pass, going to find Hendrickson. Hendrickson, who's going to step out boy, we'll see where they spot it, but it'll be 4th and 5 or so. Not the first time that we've seen Keel take a snap or two, or Keel release it, I should say. Give Keel's arm a test. We've seen that earlier in the season, and I'm sure we'll see it again. Hendrickson. Got OP on the left. Takes a break, and I think they're going to have to call timeout. Yep, sure will. Mount Horeb Barneveld takes their first timeout here, so we'll stay with you as well here. We got a few more sponsors we'll want to talk about Tonight's broadcast is also brought to you by Mound City Bank, building lasting relationships with premier financial solutions. And by the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club. If you are an alumni of the program, scan the QR code on the screen to join the alumni club today. The Mount Horeb Barneveld taking their first timeout, 2:50 left to go. 16-0 here is your score as Vikings looking to close this one out. It is a close three quarters. Close three quarters and half of a fourth until the Vikings able to break it open. Zach McGuire actually single-handedly broke it open on the touchdown and the two-point conversion success, bringing it to 16. So Vikings leading the Crusaders 16-0 here in a close Badger Conference matchup from Bree Stevens. Hendrickson takes the snap, low snap. He's going to try to find Keel on the outside. Will do. Not going to do much, but it will be enough for a first down. Sure will. Yep, as they move the sticks, and the clock does stop as the sticks move, but gets that much closer, and Keel will get him that far. So as we were saying before, Mount Horeb Barneveld looking to end this year at a homestand in Mount Horeb. If things hold here so far tonight, Vikings will exit tonight 8-0. That'll put them at a partial share of the conference at least. We'll see how games shake out tonight as Hendrickson over to OP. Didn't get much work there, but the clock does run. 2nd and 10. With the Vikings win tonight, they at least clinch a share of the Badger Conference. Again, we'll see how results shake out tonight to get the official results, but if everything holds tonight, that moves Mount Horeb Barneveld to 8-0, and this Vikings squad coming into their final game against Portage at home and potentially looking to stay at home for quite some time as they hope to get that 1 seed coming into playoffs, which will be next Saturday will be announced. So Hendrickson hands it off to OP. OP finds the hole through the center and will grab another 6 on the carry. So 147 and counting. This Vikings squad has been, now they're starting to slow it down, but there was a time there in the fourth where they were in a no huddle and probably could have wasted a little bit of time on the clock, but they will call a timeout. They sure do. So Vikings able to quickly scoot away from a delay of game, so there'll be a timeout Mount Horeb. And the Vikings and Edgewood both now with 1 timeout left. 16-0, 1:13 left to go here. As we were mentioning before, I mean, it's now it's going to be calculation time as the Vikings are looking to see, where they might end up. They have 1 game left to go. I think if you ask Coach St. Arnold, he's going to be looking forward to that game versus, looking forward to next Saturday. But something on the minds here, I think, of a lot of Vikings fans, a lot of Vikings teammates as well. Where do they end up? And we will see here next Saturday as the Vikings, if everything holds here, will solidify this one after a close matchup, 16-0 so far here in the fourth. And so it'll be a false start. So a 3rd and 9 now for this Vikings squad. Ball's at the 30 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. Hands off to OP. OP able to find the hole. Can he get around? He can. OP, and just tripped up at the 5. Good stop there by Seth Myers of the Crusaders. And OP just couldn't quite get it, but Vikings once again enter the red zone. Brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities. And so the Vikings, it's going to be first and goal at the 3 will be the official marking. So clock is going to run. We'll see if they get at least one more in there. You might as well put one in for good measure, they say. So Hendrickson will head in the victory formation. Knock it down. And this will be how we end it here. Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings was a close matchup through 3. And it was going to be a close one in the 4th, but Mount Horeb Barneveld able to get that late touchdown in the 4th and keep things going for their side of the field. Zach McGuire with a huge 4th quarter touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and the Vikings able to call it a game here in Madison. Mount Horeb Barneveld, again, will be facing Portage next week at home. You can, of course, listen to the call right here on Wisco Radio. The full crew will be ready to rock and roll next week as Mount Horeb Barneveld finishes their regular season against Portage at home on senior night. Coming up after that, of course, we got playoffs and hotly contested matchup between kind of where Mount Horeb Barneveld's going to sit, and we'll see where they end up. We'll wait for those results next Saturday. But as we know right now, Mount Horeb Barneveld is going to have at least a share of this Badger Conference. So at least for a while here, they'll have something to play for going forward. So with that, 16-0 is your final score here from Madison. For Devin Updegraw, Cam Goodwin on the cameras, we appreciate all of their help tonight and for bringing you coverage of Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings. Vikings squeeze through this one, 16-0 in this late season battle against the Edgewood Crusaders. Final 16-0. You are listening and watching Mount Horeb Vikings football right here on Wisco Radio.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
Here in Wisconsin, we take playtime seriously. At Plain Wisconsin, we know your backyard is where memories are made. From touchdowns to a hole-in-one, our top-quality turf keeps your yard game-ready and pet-friendly year-round. Our play sets, hoops, and customized multi-sport courts are the training grounds for your future pros. Whatever the sport, we've got your court. Get in the game and book a birthday party or just